YouTube friends, it's Megan here with AM Soaps, and today I am making a confetti soap. And here's all my confetti ready to go. I have 2 big tubs of it, and I have 4 pounds of batter. And I'm going to mix all this up and pour it into some molds I have. And what I am doing with this is I'm giving this soap away to my community. So I have given some soap already to our food bank so people can have one less thing to worry about. You know, soap kills COVID-19, so everyone needs soap at home. And we have lots of shred to mix up and make a confetti soap. Here's our molds we're using. These are actually refrigerator storage, they're called. I get these at the Dollar Tree. So $1.25 is all you need to get yourself a mold, and I don't even line it. What I do later to get the soap out, because there's no liner, is I throw it in the freezer, and then you see it just pops right out. Fragrance today is Energy. However, it's a blend that I made up. It's not purchased as Energy. Energy is a blend of citrus. So this is grapefruit, lemon, lime, a little bit of satsuma, and a little bit of honey. I washed the kids, which has a touch of a honey and sweet fragrance without vanilla, so it won't darken. I want the background to all this confetti to just be batter. No color added to it, no white, nothing. Just the color of the soap batter itself. Let's get to mixing up our soap. Here is my oils blend. This is 4 pounds, and I'm going to make 4 4-pound batches. So we're making 16 pounds of batter, and I don't know how many pounds of confetti shred this is, but we're going to just keep adding it until we can't get it in anymore. We're going to add our lye water to the oils, and we'll stick blend it up. Pour that right in there. Instead of adding confetti to the batter, we're going to put confetti in this empty Pyrex container. Put a lot in there. And pour batter over it. Fill in all the void spaces. This reminds me of angel food cake when I see these kind of rainbow colors. I think there's a cake mix called Confetti Angel Food. Here we go. Make sure you get all the voids filled, and then take a mold, and I'm not piping the tops. I'm going to later texture the tops. We're just going to fill all these molds up and then texture the tops later. Mold number 1. Repeat as needed. Throw some more confetti in here. Mine kind of feels like painting. Making this soap makes me feel like I'm painting. Pour your batter in, stir it all around. Needs more batter in that one. So, just kind of makes me think, because in a crisis, the whole community needs to come together to get through, right? So this reminds me of a story called Stone Soup. And I don't have it memorized, so I'm going to voice over and read that to you. So you can listen to me read Stone Soup while I finish mixing up the rest of this confetti batter. Once upon a time, a wise old man decided to go on a journey. So he packed a small bag, said goodbye to his wife, and set off. He traveled all day without meeting anyone. When it was evening, he came to a small village. "I think I'll stop here for the night," he said to himself. Near the center of the village, he met a group of people, so he introduced himself. "I'm a simple traveler," he said, "looking for a safe place to sleep and a hot meal." "We'd be glad to offer you a place to sleep," the villagers told him, "but we have very little food. Our crops were very poor this year, and there's not much to eat in the whole village. Most of us are just barely getting by." "I'm sorry to hear that," the old man said, "but you needn't worry about feeding me. I already have everything I need. In fact, I was thinking of making some stone soup to share with all of you." "Stone soup?" the villagers asked. "What's that? We've never heard of stone soup." "Oh, it's wonderful," said the old man. "Best soup I've ever tasted. If you bring me a soup pot and some water, I'll make some for all of us." And so the villagers rushed back to their homes. When they returned, one was carrying a large soup pot, another had wood for a fire, and others brought water. When the fire was going and the water had begun to boil, the old man took out a small silk pouch. With great ceremony, he reached in and pulled out a smooth, round stone. He carefully dropped the stone into the boiling water. The villagers watched eagerly. The old man began to slowly stir the pot, sniffing the aroma and licking his lips in anticipation. "I do like a tasty stone soup," he said. "Of course, stone soup with cabbage. Now that's really special." "I might be able to find a bit of cabbage," one villager said, and off she went to her house, returning with a small cabbage she had stored away in her pantry. "Wonderful," said the old man, as he added the cabbage to the pot. "This reminds me of the time I had stone soup with cabbage and a bit of salted beef. It was unbelievably good." After a moment of silence, the village butcher spoke up. "I know where there's a bit of salted beef," he said, and off he went to his shop to get it. When he returned, the old man added the beef to the soup pot and continued to stir. "Can you imagine what this soup would taste like if we had a bit of onion, and perhaps a few potatoes, and a carrot or two, and some mushrooms? Oh, this would be a meal fit for royalty." And before he knew it, the soup pot was filled to the brim with vegetables of all kinds. Carrots and potatoes, mushrooms, onions, turnips, green beans, beets, and celery, all brought by the men and women and children of the village. Not only that, but the village baker came out with some fresh bread and butter, and as the soup simmered slowly over the fire, the wonderful aroma began to waft over the villagers. And they began to relax and talk together, sharing songs and stories and jokes. When the soup was finally done, the old man ladled it out into bowls, and they all shared a delicious meal together. There was more than enough for everyone to eat their fill. Afterward, they all declared that it was the best soup they had ever tasted. The mayor of the village pulled the old man aside and quietly offered him a great deal of money for the magic stone, but the old man refused to sell it. The next morning he woke early and packed up his belongings. As he was leaving the village, he passed by a group of children playing at the side of the road. He handed the youngest one the silk pouch containing the stone, and he whispered, "It was not the stone that performed the magic, it was all of us together."